Hello and welcome to the big picture. The UPA government has slipped into another crisis with the decision of Trinamool Congress to withdraw support to it on Friday. The decisions of the government to hike prices of diesel and to allow 51% foreign direct investment in the multi-brand retail sector has triggered the crisis. With still 48 hours to go before the Trinamool Congress chief Mamata Banerjee carries out her threat, the UPA government is hyperactive trying to find ways out of the crisis. The leaders of the Congress party have even started issuing a veiled threat of going in for a midterm poll, while it is evident that most political parties and especially the members of the Lok Sabha are not too keen to face it. However, we have seen in the past how governments can suddenly collapse despite the best intentions of the political parties and MPs not to force an election. The UPA government has, however, this time other options open to keep the government running, with parties like Samajwadi Party and BSP as possible supporters from inside or outside. Surprisingly, even Janata Dal U seems to have opened a window of opportunity to the UPA, with Bihar Chief Minister's statement that his party will support any party which will grant special status to Bihar. Amid these exciting developments, the question uppermost in the minds of people is, will the UPA government stay its course? To discuss this, I have with me today Professor Saugata Roy, the Trinamool Congress's Union Minister of State for Urban Development, D.P. Tripathi, the NCP MP from Rajya Sabha, P.C. Chacko, the Congress spokesperson on the phone line from Kochi, Vasanthi Stanley, a DMK MP in the Rajya Sabha, and Vinod Sharma, political editor of the Hindustan Times, here in the studio with me. Welcome to all of you. Let me go to Professor Saugata Roy first. Professor Roy, what is the problem? We have been since the last 24 hours, we have been hearing many members of your party, including your chief minister, saying different things. There is a little confusion. What is the problem? Is the problem between you and the UPA government and the Congress party especially, is it a problem of communication? Or are there any serious differences in ideology? Or is it just this big brotherly attitude of the Congress party which some of your party members are saying which has caused all these problems?
No, the problems are basic. Trinamool Congress came into the UPA in 2009 after declaring its manifesto.
Right.
And the Trinamool Congress's basic commitment is to the poor people of the state as well as the country. The central government suddenly announced some steps which we considered anti-people. They increased the price of diesel by 5 rupees, diesel which is used for public transport and which is used by farmers to run their pumps for irrigation.
Right.
They capped the number of LPG cylinders which are subsidized to 6, which again was anti-middle class because any family normally uses 1 or 2 cylinders per month. And lastly, in a further development, they announced introduction of foreign direct investment in multi-brand retail, allowing foreign partners to own 51% of the shares in such companies.
Right.
The Trinamool Congress was opposed to FDI in retail in its manifesto in 2009 and 11. We have opposed FDI in retail on the floor of the parliament when the then Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee assured that a consensus will be built with the states before this is introduced.
Right.
And all these three important states, along with other states like FDI in civil aviation, FDI in DTH, broadcasting, etc., right, were announced without any consultation with us. Then still, after announcing our opposition to this, we gave the central government 72 hours,
right,
to come back to us.
You have still
with the withdrawal.
Still 48 hours is left.
Respond at all.
Still 48 hours is left, Professor Roy.
The 72 hours have elapsed.
Okay.
The Trinamool Congress party has already taken a decision that its ministers should put in their resignation on Friday.
Right.
And
but that doesn't mean that.
That the Trinamool Congress is going to withdraw its support from UPA too.
Okay.
There is no 48 hours left.
Okay.
All that we said, that if the government made any consideration of the demands that Mamata Banerjee has said, then they should announce it within the
next 48 hours
time before we submit our resignation.
Okay,
that's all.
Professor Roy, yesterday,
so it's not a problem of communication. Only
there is no problem of communication. You don't have a problem with the attitude of the Congress. But yesterday, one of your ministers in West Bengal, the finance minister, Mr. Amit Mitra, was talking about how there has been no response to the special package which your government has been asking for the last 1.25 years. Is that the issue? Is that the core issue on which you people have decided to do this?
No, that is not the core issue, because we have not withdrawn our support on the basis of non-granting of a financial package or a moratorium on interest payment on past loans. We have not withdrawn ours. That might have been a grievance, because for 14 months we have been asking for it, nothing has been given. But that is a grievance that was piling up. But the 3 steps that I just described actually broke the camel's back. We have had many grievances with the UPA style of functioning, with the Congress party style of functioning, which acts as if it's a one-party government. But that is, we have complained, but we have not taken a precipitate step. These 3 precipitate steps, affect the common man, was the final straw that broke the camel's back.
Okay, the last straw on the camel's back. Let me get Mr. Chacko in. Chacko, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Chacko, now there doesn't seem to be any window of opportunity for you people to make up with the Trinamool Congress. Professor Saugata Roy is very clear. He says that the time has elapsed. You just have to wait till day after tomorrow. They'll go and submit their resignation and withdraw support to your government.
It's most unfortunate that the Trinamool Congress has taken a decision to sever its relationship with the UPA. The fact remains that, there was a decision taken in the Union Cabinet on the multi-brand state. That was kept pending. So these are not unexpected issues. More than anybody else, my esteemed friend Saugata Roy knows that how the price of crude in the international market is affecting the oil marketing companies. What's the huge amount of unrealized amount?
Mr. Chacko, sorry, Mr. Sorry.
A situation where probably somebody is not for price increase and the Congress is for price increase.
Sorry, Mr.
Debate will not take us to anywhere.
No,
there is a situation where the responsible government, when it was become unavoidable or inevitable, has taken some unpleasant decisions. Dr. Roy's party and the Congress party are on the same page on this issue. But how to govern the country, how a government is to function, that is a lookout of all the parties, not only the Congress party. We will not share unpleasant decisions. We will take responsibility only for popular decisions. This kind of an attitude, how can a coalition partner take?
Okay, Okay, Chacko, I think you have made a very interesting point. Let me get the other 2 allies of yours, who are there on the program with me. Let me go to DP Tripathi first. Mr. DP Tripathi, Chacko's argument is that the allies cannot just take credit for the good and the pleasant decisions and wash its hands off of the unpleasant decisions.
No, that is a correct attitude that Mr. Chacko has taken. In a coalition government or in other forms of government, in parliamentary democracy, you have collective responsibility of the cabinet.
Right.
If you are part of the cabinet, how can you decide something in that meeting and say outside that there was no consultation, there was no discussion? After all, these are the highest forums in running the government in the country. And
So you think, Mr. Tripathi, so you think that the decision of the Trinamool Congress to withdraw its support is not a fair decision?
I think, and we still appeal to Trinamool Congress because Ms. Mamata Banerjee is one of the very important political leaders of our country, to reconsider their decision of withdrawing support from the UPA to government. Because country needs stability for its economic growth and prosperity. That is essential.
But Mr. Tripathi, I want to bring to your notice Mr. Professor Saugata Roy's argument and also his complaint, the way the Congress party has behaved. He says that it has behaved as if it's running a single party government. It has not taken note of the allies in the government.
That, of course, that
you people also had.
We also had.
You also had.
But therefore, we demanded coordination committee, and coordination committee has been granted.
Yes.
So, coordination committee is another forum where these matters can be discussed and sorted out.
Professor Saugata Roy, the coordination committee meeting was held. These issues were discussed. Still you people were not convinced what happened during that coordination committee meeting?
No. It is not correct. Mamata Banerjee attended the last coordination committee meeting, which was held at the Prime Minister's residence.
Right.
None of these issues, diesel price hike, cap on the LPG cylinders and FDI in retail, multi-brand retail, were discussed at the coordination committee. I want to tell you that Mr. Tripathi's party was equally aggrieved. They were also saying that they are being sidelined. They demanded a coordination committee, but the coordination committee seems to be ineffective. It has not taken up the issues which are agitating the minds of the people. Mr. Tripathi has talked about the collective responsibility of the cabinet.
Right.
But may I say that it was in the Cabinet Committee for Economic Affairs.
Right.
This diesel price hike and LPG cap was decided.
Right.
Our representative was not present on that day.
He
didn't know the agenda in advance. Then they decided on introducing FDI in multi-brand retail in a cabinet meeting where our sole representative was not present. So where is the question of cabinet responsibility if our representative was not present? Mr. Chacko made a point which you appreciated, that people are not ready to share unpopular decisions.
Right.
May I ask Mr. Chacko that with this diesel price hike, will subsidy be done away from Indian economy altogether? No. The answer is the central government collects taxes for three purposes mainly.
Right.
Defense, subsidies and interest.
Right.
So it is from the central budget that subsidies are made. They have been made so far. Right. Why you suddenly, all of a sudden, wake up after the Washington Post writes about the Prime Minister and say that all subsidies must go? I don't understand the sudden waking up of a slumbering giant or slumbering lion. I do not understand. I find the timing and the placement of this new steps absolutely illogical.
Okay. Professor Roy, will come back to you. Please stay on. Let me get the other ally of the UPA, Vasanthi Stanley of the DMK. Vasanthi, your party's stand so far is quite nuanced. You're still not opposed, right? But you're joining the strike tomorrow. Your party is going to be joining the strike tomorrow, which is against the hike in diesel prices and as well as the FDI in retail.
Yes, and I would like to tell you here that this is not the first time we are doing this. In the last time also, when the petroleum prices hike was there, our leader himself, he was the leading an agitation in Chennai.
Okay. So you think that,
and whenever there is a decision against the welfare of the people, like the price hike in petroleum or any other thing, it is the duty of whether we are an alliance with UPA or not. It is our duty to safeguard the people. So our leader is right in saying that we will take part in the strike.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that you people have decided to either withdraw support or go out of the cabinet or anything like that.
Our leader is the senior most in the political scenario of India.
Right.
He will not take any such hasty decisions, and we have never embarrassed the government UPA or whether we were with India or whatever. Our leader will never do this.
Okay.
And he will. We are rightly demanding. We are rightly demanding this from the government, and if they are not listening to us, and we are indulging in the strike and other things, it is our duty to tell the government that this is not for the public, and it is better that the government will take it back.
Okay.
We hope to do that.
Okay. Anyway, the UPA, the Congress party especially, should be very pleased to hear what you said. Let me come to Vinod Sharma here. Vinod, we have heard different points of view. Now, what are the options left before the UPA government?
Well, in my view, the UPA is just two options. I mean, the Congress has two options, which are related to the proposed hike in diesel prices and
FDI
the LPG, not FDI.
Okay.
If the government rolls back FDI in multi-brand retail, then I don't think this government will be left with any creditworthiness, because it is the reforms pitch which the Congress party has chosen to salvage some of the lost ground in the face of various scams and other problems that it is facing. It is unfortunate that, and I agree with the Trinamool leader, that the slumbering giant has woken up rather late. I think that these were the decisions that should have been better timed, and they could have been taken perhaps in the first half of the UPA too. But at the same time, I personally feel that the debate on FDI in multi-brand retail, there has to be a comprehensive debate in this country, whether or not this is a measure that is good for Indian economy, for Indian farmers, for the consumers. For the simple reason that I cannot really go by the wisdom of Mamta Banerjee or by the wisdom of the BJP or by the wisdom of any other political party, and also by the wisdom of the Congress,
right,
that whether it is good or bad for my country. I think that we are really letting down the people of this great nation by not having an informed debate on these key issues relating to our economy.
Let me get Chaco in on this. Chaco, you heard what Vinod Sharma says. You know, though this issue had come up 10 months back, 11 months back, and you know, it was decided to put off that decision. Even after that, even now, as Vinod Sharma says, there has not been a really informed debate about this issue in this country. And still, suddenly the government seems to have woken up and brought in this FDI in multi-brand retail.
Let me make a point here.
Chaco? I think we have lost Chaco.
No,
come back. Yes,
I want to further elucidate this point. You see, when India was to become a member of the WTO, there was this Dunkel draft, which was there, and at which time Lalu went around saying that if Dunkel comes, then if you will cut your pumpkin, you will get cow dung in it.
Yes.
Now the question is that, is this informed debate? India became a member of the WTO.
Right.
It is very much now part of the global economic scenario. And as the economy globalizes progressively, there has to be some fine-tuning done with regard to our mindset, our thinking. We have to shun the baggage of the past and move forward to face the future challenges.
Okay.
Now, as in the case of Jan Lokpal, as there was no informed debate as to what the India Against Corruption is proposing, whether it is doable, whether it is feasible, plausible, and whether it will not be something which will be a suprastructure over existing institutions. There was no such informed debate. It was just said that you have my Jan Lokpal, the government said you have my Jan Lokpal, and nobody was told as to which of the two is better and whether there could be a marriage between the two proposals.
Okay.
Similarly, is it the case of Mamata Banerjee or her party that FDI in multi-brand retail will never be allowed to come to this country? Is this the case of that Mamata Banerjee? And what is the empirical evidence on which she has chosen to take this decision and deny the people of West Bengal? At least she can do that because she's in power there.
Right.
And why is Mamata Banerjee not applying the same logic that she applied with regard to Lokayuktas? That it should be left to the decision of the state governments as to what model they want to have.
Absolutely. We need to go into a short break now. We'll come back very soon. Please keep watching. Welcome back. We are discussing whether the UPA government will be able to stay its course in the light of the threat of Trinamool Congress to withdraw support to the government. We seem to be having some problems with the phone lines. Anyway, let me come to Vinod Sharma again. Vinod, the issue now is there is a very interesting statement which has been made today by Nitish Kumar, who says that any party which is going to support special status to Bihar, we will support it. Do you think that he has opened some kind of a window of opportunity for the UPA?
Well, this has been suspected for a long time. But Mr. Nitish Kumar will choose his own time to cross the Rubicon, so to speak. He is a very wise leader. He has an image that is acceptable to most. And if it is his companionship which keeps the BJP also in good nick, in Bihar. But at the same time, Mr. Nitish Kumar is a little circumspect about the leadership question that is being debated within the BJP. And I think that much of what he does will depend on the leader that the BJP projects in the next elections or after the next election.
But it's very. Is this some kind of a very obvious signal to the BJP?
I'll tell you one thing, that I have known regional leaders who want to be on the right side of the government at the center because they need help from the center to implement their programs in the states.
Right.
Because a government which is alienated from the center does not have the resources to carry out its promises.
Right.
And I think that Mr. Nitish Kumar is not being opportunistic as much as being wise in keeping the center in good humor and not sort of coming to any kind of a slugfest with the center. Unlike Mamata Banerjee has serious problems of temperament. I understand Mamata's commitment to the people of poor people. I also respect her integrity. I greatly admire her ability to fight back. She is one doughty leader in this country which has dislodged a very well-entrenched left regime in West Bengal. So she has to be respected and admired for that.
Right.
But at the same time, Mamata Banerjee has great issues. Mamata Banerjee is not a great negotiator. Mamata Banerjee is not willing to wait her turn. And Mamata Banerjee starts from the maximalist position rather than gradually escalating to there. She starts from the maximalist position, which leaves her very little room for maneuver.
I think we have got Professor Saugata Roy back on the line. Professor Roy, can you hear me? Professor Saugata Roy?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Vinod Sharma.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Vinod Sharma, he says that your party and your chief minister has taken a maximalist line, and by taking this line, you have not given yourself much room for maneuvering. And that is what Vinod Sharma said. And my question to you is, what will be the repercussions of you people withdrawing your support to the UPA government at the center? will there not be any? Will there not be repercussions on your state government? You need a good financial package to run the government. You have a lot of problems running the government in the state. You know, have you people thought of all these repercussions?
We have thought of all the repercussions. We have been with the UPA for last 3 years and 4 months, and our state government has been in power for 16 months now. No financial package has come through. So we knew that even being there like a good boy, it has not paid us any dividends. But what is more important to us than any financial package is our commitment to the people.
Okay.
This talk of maximalist line negotiation, these are all journalistic coinages,
okay,
which do not have any meaning in
so
real-time politics.
Okay, okay.
The real-time politics that is when people are distressed, you stand by them.
Okay.
The middle class is distressed because of
so
this cap on LPG.
So you people have, Professor Roy.
So working classes are
Professor Roy,
because
Professor Roy, we are running completely out of time. Sorry, but so it means that you people have discussed the repercussions. You understand what the repercussions are. You are ready for it. Okay.
we are not.
So are you ready for a fresh midterm poll in this country?
And we are from the grassroots.
No, are you ready for a fresh midterm poll in this country?
We are ready for a poll whenever it takes place. We are not responsible for anything.
Okay.
We were in the UPA too, but it seems that they have decided to drive us out of it.
Okay.
If elections happen, so be it. But it is not our problem whether the government can manage a majority by whatever means. The Trinamool is an untainted party.
Absolutely.
We have no CBI cases against us. We have no scams against
us.
Sir.
Okay, sir. So we have completely run out of time. I thank you, Mr. D.P. Tripathi. Last words to you before I go to Vasanthi Stanley briefly. The possibility of a midterm poll. You think is there a real possibility of a midterm poll now?
No, I don't think. I don't think there is any possibility of midterm poll at the moment, because as Mr. Pawar, our party president, has said, that a minority government has also survived in this country.
Absolutely.
And in any case, every political party in a democracy should be prepared to face elections and go to the people at any point of time if the situation so demands. But as far as the UPA2 government is concerned, there is no immediate danger.
So, Mr. Tripathi, very quickly, do you see the possibility of JDU being part of the UPA? A very interesting statement has been made by Nitish Kumar today.
That statement is a welcome statement, but political parties can't change their stands just like that. Mr. Nitish Kumar is the senior leader of the country, and he has made a very democratic statement.
Right. Okay. Okay. Vasanthi, my question, last question, very quickly, please. Yes. Is the DMK ready to go in for polls if the Congress decides that, enough is enough, we will go for polls?
We are always ready to face the people.
Okay.
We are serving them, whether we are as a ruling party or as opposition in the government. We are always ready to face the people.
Okay. Okay. Vinod, last words to you. The UPA government will stay its course?
Well, UPA might stay its course, but the question that worries me is whether the reform process which has been reignited by the Prime Minister would stay its course.
Okay. On that note, I think we need to end here. It has been a very interesting debate. Will the UPA government stay its course? The jury is still out. We'll wait for it. Thanks to all my guests, Professor Saugata Roy, Mr. D.P. Tripathi, Vasanthi Stanley, Vinod Sharma and P.C. Chacko, who was there on the phone line with us. Thank you very much. Please keep watching. We'll come back to you with another issue on the big picture, same time tomorrow.